And we will go overtime at the old barn in Beatrice tonight. 4 straight MUDECAS championships for the Irish. Sterling out of timeouts. Higher looking, baseball pass. It's Erickson turn from the free throw line. Good! Sterling takes the B Division championship on a shot at the buzzer. It was Bus down 6. Got to be a couple of threes now. Oh, Brody Kaler picked the pocket of Bus. Kaler with the exclamation mark. And that is it. The girls and boys are your A Division champions of the MUDECAS basketball tournament. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Beatrice in the Municipal City Auditorium for the 97th edition of the MUDECAS Boys Basketball Tournament. My name is Eric Allgood. Dr. Scott Strock on the call with us tonight, and we have got finally all the games throughout the week, and it's a long, busy week between here at the Auditorium, across the street at the Beatrice Middle School, but we have finally reached time for the A Division Championship, and as always, we get a doozy of a lineup. Johnson Brock is 12-1, the C2 4th-ranked team, the 3-time defending state champions, but with some fresh faces on that side. On the other side, the Tri-County Trojans at 10-4, the only team to beat Johnson Brock all season long. So an interesting matchup, just real quick on paper. And Scott, we've got a fun one here tonight as the auditorium continues to fill up. And it always gets a little extra raucous on Saturday night here in the auditorium as well. Yeah, absolutely. And we've got a game that certainly could be a precursor to a postseason, maybe even a state tournament matchup. Both these teams, C2 teams. And as you mentioned, December 19th, they did meet up. Tri-County got the better of Johnson Brock that night, 48-32. That's the only loss for the Eagles this season. Let's go ahead and talk through the path these teams getting into the final. You had Johnson Brock, who came in as the 2 seed. They knocked off Palmyra in round 1, 59-24. Then a really physical, hard-fought matchup beat EMF 59-52 to advance to the championship. For Tri-County, beat Sacred Heart 56-40 in round 1. And then to some folks, maybe a little bit of a surprise, beat the 1 seed for Freeman 50-41. And knocked out again the 1 seed Freeman 50-41 on Thursday evening. So those were 2 teams, both Sacred Heart and Freeman, had accounted for 2 of those 4 Tri-County losses, and they avenged those this week. You know, there's always something to be said, I think, too, about this tournament week, that sometimes you can go, well, we've already played these guys once, or these girls, and then somehow things, they happen a little bit different on the floor here. First time with the Tri-County and Johnson Brock matchup, Brody Kaler did not play. Brody Kaler has played a ton of really good basketball the last 3 years, 3.5 years now, as he's a senior, finally. For the Johnson Brock Eagles, you take a player like him out of the equation, and it makes everything else look just a little bit different. You never want to make an excuse as a coach because somebody else has to step up. But there's just a smidge of an asterisk next to that one. Yeah, and it's not even just, you hinted at it, it's not even just the nearly 18 points a game he gives you. He also leads the team in, nearly leads the team in rebounding. He's one of the near the top of the assist leaders, and he's a kid that has by far the most floor experience of this year's Johnson Brock team, who graduated some players. You know, the Dallinghouse twins aren't on the roster anymore. Coach Dallinghouse isn't coaching anymore. Coaching the girls, right? Right. Yeah. So Johnson Brock looking for back-to-back A-Division titles, but with a vastly different looking roster and even a new coach at the helm. Yep. And we would be remiss if we don't mention in our pregame, Jeremy Sims gets to coach Drew this year. And Drew Sims is a senior, 6'3", 22 points a game, 8.5 rebounds, 5.5 assists, 3.5 steals per game. Talk about filling up the stat sheet. Drew has been doing that since he was a freshman.
And he had a double-double against Freeman Thursday night. He had 30 points and 10 rebounds in that matchup in which Tri-County knocked off Freeman. And he leads Class C2 scoring this year.
Yeah.
No one in Class C2 scoring more than Drew Sims at 22.6 a game.
So, it's it's an important night when I saw Jacob Padilla walking around down here somewhere. Jacob from Hurrdat Sports. And when Jacob and or Mike Sauter show up, it's a big night. So let's check in with our public address announcer and get our players and coaches for tonight's game.
And welcome to the Beatrice City Auditorium for the 2026 MUDECAS A-Division Boys Championship game featuring our visitors, the Tri-County Trojans, and our home team, the Johnson Brock Eagles. And now let's meet tonight's teams first, the non-starters for the Trojans. Number 4, Luke Katz. Number 10, Dawson Sims. Number 20, Garrett Smith. Number 21, Justice Worman. And number 23, Caleb Schnelly. And now let's meet the non-starters for the Eagles of Johnson Brock. Number 1, Justin Meyer. Number 5, Brogan Bowie. Number 10, Coy Behrens. Number 12, Quentin Behrens. Number 13, Landon Ideas. Number 15, Kate Holly. Number 21, Ben Perriott. Number 25, Oliver Everett. And number 33, Gage Rasmussen. And now let's meet the starting lineups for your Trojans of Tri-County High School. A 6'3" senior number 1, Drew Sims. A 6'1" senior number 3, Henry Kapke. A 6'5" senior number 14, Zach Vossler. A 6'4" senior number 15, Jason Worman. And a 5'10" sophomore number 24, Trevor Kapke. The assistant coaches are Reese Henneberg and Cole Sims. The head coach of the Trojans, Jeremy Sims. And now, the starting 5 for your Johnson Brock Eagles. A 5'9" senior number 2, Hayden Gravatt. A 6'4" sophomore number 3, Deacon Burnett. A 6'4" senior number 11, Brody Kaler. A 6'2" senior number 20, Grady Behrens. And a 6'5" senior number 32, Robert Gravatt. The assistant coaches are Jeff Kaler and Seth Beacom. The head coach of the Eagles, Garrison Dodge. And now, gentlemen, please come to center court, shake hands, and let's play basketball.
I don't know what else we're supposed to say up here, Scott. I mean, let's just
if that
roll it
doesn't
out
get
and go.
the blood flowing a little bit, then you're in the wrong place.
Again, the starting 5, first for Tri-County, Drew Sims, the 6'3" senior, averages 22 points and 8 rebounds a game. Henry Kapke, a 6'1" senior, 4.5 points, 2 rebounds a game. Zach Vossler, a 6'5" senior, 13.7 rebounds a game. Jason Werman, a 6'4 senior, 7 points, 4 boards a game. And Trevor Kapke, a 5'11 sophomore, 3.5 points, 3.5 rebounds. For Johnson Brock, Hayden Gravatt, a 5'9 senior, 5 points, 3 rebounds. Deacon Burnett, a 6'4 sophomore, 11 points, 7 rebounds. Brody Kaler, 6'4 senior, 18 points, 5 rebounds, and everything else. Grady Behrens, a 6' senior, 7 points, 3 rebounds. And Robert Gravatt, a 6'5 senior, 6 points, 4 rebounds per contest. It's Johnson Brock with the ball first, and the A-Division championship game of the MUDECAS basketball tournament is underway. Man-to-man defense for Tri-County, 13 on the shot clock for the Eagles. Throw it up top for Grady Behrens, and a bounce pass back to the right. Gravatt, a drive and a kick out. 4 on the shot clock, 3 pull up from Burnett, no. And a rebound in the corner will go out of bounds and will go to Tri-County.
Good effort there from Robert Gravatt trying to track down that offensive rebound. Wasn't quite able to do it, but he's going to be a handful inside that Tri-County's going to have to account for.
Leading scorer in Class C2 is Drew Sims at over 22 points a game. Let's see how he can get his offensive game going against this always difficult Johnson Brock defense. Nice high-low action, though, and it's Zach Vossler with the first points of the game. Zach, a 6'5 senior, actually transferred from another MUDECAS school, EMF, playing his senior season here with the Trojans. And he gets a defensive rebound on the other end and draws a foul as well.
Yeah, and that all started with Vossler doing his work early. Good deep post position. They went over top of the defense. He caught it right up and in, first bucket of the game.
So Tri-County 2 and Johnson Brock nothing. Second possession of the game for the Tri-County Trojans. Swing it to the left wing, onto the block. Vossler's got it, trying to go to work. Double team, kicks it out. That was Kapke with it. Goes baseline, off the back iron, no good. Long rebound tracked down by Deacon Burnett.
Yeah, good work by Kapke. Ball fake, got into the mid-range, just wasn't able to knock the shot down.
In the right corner, Burnett has it again, back up top. And now Hayden Gravatt, the 5'9 senior, quarterback on the football team. He's accustomed to directing guys and putting them in the right spot. Burnett with it, hands it for Robert Gravatt. Tough driving shot with left hand, way off though, and another rebound for Vossler. He's got a couple of those already, including the only basket for either team. Almost 2 minutes into this first quarter. Get to Vossler on the right block, turns into the middle, off the glass and good.
Boy, Vossler's got a post touch on all 3 Tri-County positions, 2 buckets to go with it.
That's obviously part of the game plan, at least early. Can you get that Johnson Brock defense then to collapse down? Does that open up Drew Sims later? You know that's coming. Skip pass for the Eagles, trailing by 4. Into the lane is Gravatt. Twisting shot with the right hand will not fall. The defensive rebound pulled down by Werman.
Good defense by Vossler in the lane there. Walled up, redirected the shot, didn't foul.
Sims going to work on Kaler. Picks up his dribble, passes it back out and around. This is Henry Kapke, back over to the right. Sims, step back, gets it right back on a little give and go with Sims. Still double clutched underneath there. Vossler's in the paint, and 3-second violation. As soon as you saw Sims get in the lane, Vossler was there as well, and neither one of them could exit fast enough after the pass.
Well, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Eric. You get to see Tri-County at least a few times a year like I do. I remember Drew Sims being about a 5'8 freshman.
Yeah.
that was
skinny,
about 8 inches ago.
Yep. But boy, he was. You could see the competitiveness way back then too, and Mother Nature has been much kinder to Drew than he was to. Well, I'm not near as tall as Drew. So nice hanging shot in the lane is good by Grady Behrens, and Johnson Brock is on the board. 4-2, as we are just under 5 minutes left to play in the first quarter. Right wing, Henry Kapke back up and around. Man-to-man defense again. Sims pops the 3 over Kaler, won't go. Brody tracks down the rebound and a not transition opportunity. And a whistle and a foul. They're going to get Sims. I didn't even hear the foul. It's loud enough in here, or hear the whistle, actually.
Yeah, they're going to get Drew Sims with his first there. He was trying to get back in defense there as Kaler was headed up court with a full head of steam. Kaler was able to draw the foul. He's going to get a couple free throws here. Knocks in the first one. I think it's safe to say, Eric, I know we've only played 3.5 minutes. I don't think either team's going to give up much easy. You know, everything's going to be challenged. You're going to have help and rotating defense, defenders flying at you. So nothing's going to come easy. Who's going to keep their wits about them? Who's going to be able to play through a little bit of contact and finish?
Tied up at 4.5 minutes to go, first quarter. Tri-County in the blue and yellow jerseys, and Johnson Brock in their home white and red. A drive into the lane by Sims, has it knocked free and taken away. Second turnover against the Trojans. Quickly into the front court comes Johnson Brock, kick it out. Here's a long three from Behrens, and he buries it. Grady Behrens has the only 2 field goals for Johnson Brock, and now it's 7-4, Eagles on top.
Yeah, good start for Behrens. He's got 5.
And a whistle and a reach-in foul. They are going to get Hayden Gravatt for the reach. It'll be his first and the team's second.
Halfway through the first quarter, Eric.
Sims scoreless so far. Right side, this is Henry Kapke with it. Throw it back up top for Sims, guarded by Kaler. That's kind of the matchup to watch, is 1 guarding 11 and 11 guarding 1. There goes number 1. It's Sims, hanging tough shot right side. He'll draw the foul and get a couple of free throws for the effort.
I think they're going to get Hayden Gravatt.
They do. Or they get Robert.
Gravatt,
yeah.
I'm sorry, 32, Robert Gravatt. That's going to be his first. Sims did a good job getting just a touch of separation from Kaler. Drove into the lane, drew the foul. And as you'd expect from a guy who scores almost 23 a game, he's nearly an 80% free throw shooter. Kaler on the other side does shoot 80% from the line.
You know, and both those guys are the right size that they project just magnificently at the next level, too.
Yep.
I'm fortunate enough in my real profession, I get to cover Concordia basketball sometimes, too, out of Seward. And, yeah, these guys would fit just right fine in the GPAC there and probably even a little better.
Well, we're off to a good start here. That's going to be deflected off the leg of one of the Trojan defenders. It's going to stay here with Johnson Brock.
Oliver Everett becomes the first sub for Johnson Brock. He's a 6'2 sophomore. Averages 5.5 points.
Oh, he's wide open.
Whoa, he did. Hey, when you're talking about him, you might as well score the basket, too.
Yeah, I don't think Tri-County had communicated yet who's supposed to be guarding that new kid that just came into the game, and Everett took advantage, got himself a layup.
9-6 our score. Tri-County trailing. 3 minutes to go, first quarter. Sims between the circles. On the drive, the wraparound pass missed Bossler right through his hands and out of bounds. Third Tri-County turnover here in this first quarter, and Tri-County coach Jeremy Sims wants a 30-second timeout. We will step aside as well. 9-6 our score. It's Johnson Brock with the lead here at the MUDECAS basketball tournament. Proud to be a part of the JCC Striv crew, bringing you action this week from the MUDECAS Basketball Championships. The girls having their third place in championship games last night. The boys, of course, tonight. Mother Nature finally kind to us. We got a whole week. It's cold today, but we could survive cold. We can't survive the 12 inches of snow when it's blowing 40 miles an hour like it has been the last couple years.
Yeah, we've been pretty lucky so far. Can't complain too much about cold. It is January, and we live in Nebraska.
That's true. Could live in Florida where the snakes crawl up the doors.
No thanks.
Yeah. 9-6 our score. Here's a long step back for Kaler that's off the front. And the defensive rebound for Tri-County. Here come the Trojans quickly up ahead on the left side. Blocked by Kaler. Offensive rebound for Sims. Can't get it the second time. And then Kaler clears the rebound.
Yeah, Sims did a good job finding teammate Werman driving there, but Kaler blocked it.
Skipped three off the side of the hoop. No good. One offensive rebound, but not a second. There and quickly into the front court, getting some separation was Jason Werman.
Yeah, a little bit of a bump there from Werman. Ref didn't think it was enough to call a charge, but he did create himself just enough space to go in for an easy lay-in.
Yeah, kind of took advantage of the momentum there, didn't he?
Yep.
9-8 our score. Johnson Brock with the lead in the basketball. Minute 45 to go, first quarter. Brody Kaler with his dribble up between the circles. Over to the left side. Down to the corner it goes. That's Burnett. Man-to-man defense for Tri-County. Kaler going to work on Sims. How about that up and under? Back to the left side and good.
Well, Sims even got some help there from Schnelly. Wasn't enough to prevent Kaler from putting it in.
11-8. Tri-County struck first with Zach Vossler, excuse me. And that one is no good. Vossler again, though, doing work inside.
Boy, that had to be part of the game plan because he's gotten a post touch on about 2/3 of these Tri-County possessions.
He's got 6 of the Trojans' 10 points so far. Minute to go here in the first quarter. Johnson Brock with the lead in the basketball into the lane. That's going to be one extra little stutter there from Grady Behrens and the first turnover for Johnson Brock.
So Vossler's going to get himself a break here, as is Werman for Tri-County. Looks like checking in's number 24. Trevor Kapke's back in the game. And Garrett Schmidt is in number 20 in blue. Caleb Schnelly there at 23.
Up top, that was deflected, so into the backcourt's just fine. Picked up by Henry Kapke. Into the right corner it goes. That's Trevor Kapke. Now swinging it back up. Henry. Left side, trying to get to Sims on the block. Can't, though. 8 on the shot clock. Long 3 right side. Kapke, no. Behrens the rebound. One opportunity here for Johnson Brock.
They can play for the last one if they would choose.
Or Burnett says, no, I'll just take it right now. Deacon Burnett, the sophomore, with his first basket. Makes it 13-10, final 10 seconds, first period. Left side, Schnelly. Down low, and it's tipped and stolen away, and a foul on Schnelly.
So we'll have to see here. You know, the first half or so of this quarter, Sims was out on the perimeter quite a bit, kind of running the show. The last 2 or 3 possessions, he's kind of been trying to post Kaler up a little bit.
Right.
We'll see if that's a change they made on purpose.
With Vossler to the bench,
right.
Sims went down to the post. Yep, good call there. 1.7 on the clock. Let's see if Johnson Brock can get a shot up. Kaler will take it. The runner from 3/4. That's going to be well off. No good. And at the end of 1, Johnson Brock 13, Tri-County 10. The MUDECAS A Division Boys Championship game from Beatrice. We'll be back in just a moment.
Locally owned and operated since 1965, Brinkman's is committed to serving Southeast Nebraska. We deliver exceptional service from the moment you enter our showroom or visit our website throughout the life of your vehicle and beyond. For any service, parts, or vehicle purchases, we look forward to seeing you in our dealership in the near future. Go Thunderbirds!
Hey there, fellas. What is your favorite part of doing business with Big Bank?
We don't do business with Big Bank anymore. You said we didn't fit your model.
Show them why you think of that, Bessie.
Tecumseh Federal Bank is big enough to serve all your banking needs, but not too big to serve you.
Johnson Brock leading Tri-County as we begin this second quarter of play. Thanks for watching us this week on the JCC Striv channel. You might also be watching on striv.tv/MUDECAS. It's 2017 we figured out was the first year that the Striv crew came to the MUDECAS tournament, and it's been a great partnership with all the schools ever since. And of course, the more JCC's gotten involved, even better for everyone, because it took a lot of pressure off what we were doing at Striv. An early turnover here to start this second quarter for the Tri-County Trojans. That turnover's not a huge issue for Johnson Brock, but that's now 5 of them for Tri-County. Gravatt in the lane, got stuck and kicks it out. 15 on the shot clock. Eagles with it, get it to Gravatt again on the block, turns, faces up over Vossler, no good, and Werman grabs the rebound. So there's that tandem of Vossler and Werman, the post players back out there for Tri-County. Tri-County leading the rebounding right now 10-4, yet trailing on the scoreboard.
turnovers going the other direction, as
Yep.
you just mentioned. So they're leading the rebounding department, but trailing in the turnover department. That's kind of even things out.
Ball knocked free. Werman still amongst that double team.
I think the official thought Coach Sims had hollered for a timeout, but he hadn't. So blew the play dead. Probably advantage Tri-County because they were in a little trouble there.
Right, and thought that it was the Johnson Brock bench that had called the timeout. They did not. Vossler gets it on the post and scores it again. Zach Vossler having a heck of a game already. 8 points in the paint. He's been highly efficient there, and his Trojans are down by just one, 13-12.
Yeah, Drew Sims without a field goal yet.
Yep.
Vossler has 4 2-point field goals, and that's kept him in it so far.
Kaler stops, kicks it long, skip pass. Gravatt down the lane with a left hand. Oh, finished it. Hayden Gravatt with a tough hanging shot.
All started with the ball fake. Got the defender up off his feet, took it right down the lane with authority, finished.
And Werman spots up a three. Offensive rebound, Tri-County. Back in the corner for Trevor Kapke. Leaves it for Vossler along the baseline. He goes to work on Gravatt. Turns, kicks it back out. Kapke, no. Defensive, well, now a defensive rebound for Hayden Gravatt.
So the three's not fallen so far for Tri-County. They shoot it 27% on the season. Haven't got one to fall so far.
Baseline drive. The tough shot from Grady Behrens, no good, and Vossler another rebound for Tri-County. 15-12 with 5:20 to go here in the first half. Vossler gets bumped out of the way, but here comes Werman down the lane with a right hand and good. Great heads-up play by Vossler to realize he was way underneath the hoop. He didn't have a play on the hoop, on the shot, and turns, and here comes Werman crashing down the lane.
Yeah, and give credit to Werman for not standing still.
Johnson Brock on the other end. Nice little up and under. Burnett can't hit the shot, though. Sims clears the rebound. Here comes Drew Sims hustling to the other end, and he draws the foul.
That's going to be the
Robert
second
Gravatt.
on Robert Gravatt. So he's got 2 here. We're just under 5 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Dawson Sims, the 5'8 freshman, is into the game for Tri-County, along with Garrett Smith. And Quentin Behrens is in for Johnson Brock. And the official there with a quick word for Henry Kapke and Hayden Gravatt. Or Behrens, excuse me. Sims comes off the screen. Double team still at the top, kicks it over left side. Good recovery, though, by Johnson Brock. Man.
Yeah, good rotations on their defense there. So both teams have been straight man-to-man.
Try to get the lob to Vossler. He somehow muscles the catch away and will draw a couple of free throws for his effort. Zach Vossler continues to have an impactful moments down in the post. Foul is called on Oliver Everett. It's his first and the team's second. And 2 free throws. These are the first attempts for Zach at the free throw line.
So if Vossler can knock this one down, he's going to be our first double-digit scorer already. And we're less than 12 minutes into the game.
And it's not Sims or Kaler.
Right. And he is.
So 16-15, the lead for Tri-County, their first lead since it was 2-0. On the right side, that's Quentin Behrens with it, swing it up and around. Kaler in the left corner. Goes baseline, finishes with the right hand.
That's a beautiful finish there from Brody Kaler. He's got 6 now.
Well, and a good job by Brody to recognize, hey, Henry Kapke probably can't guard me as well as Drew Sims can. I'm going to take advantage of that. Long three by the younger Sims is no good, and the rebound cleared by Kaler. Quickly in the lane, Gravatt. Nice hang and finish with the right hand. The 5'9 senior has got 4 points all in the second quarter. And the lead has flipped 19-16 back to Johnson Brock.
And I'll bet there haven't been very many times this year you've watched a Tri-County game and been able to say it's been a quarter and a half and Drew Sims doesn't have a field goal.
Right. He's got 2 free throws, and that's it. He goes on the dribble drive here. Stops, second man gets there, and maybe redirects the shot, and a foul on Vossler on the rebound.
I think that should be just the first.
That's what I
on
have.
Zach Vossler.
That's what the scoreboard has, too. That always helps.
Makes me feel better.
Right. Kapke and Smith go to the bench for Tri-County as Werman.
Well, and I think Robert
and
Gravatt is our only player with 2 fouls, so it's been pretty clean so far.
Shot in the lane, 2 shots, no good, and finally Sims clears the rebound. Brings it ahead himself, stops at the elbow. Didn't take the shot, hands it over down in the block. Looking for Vossler in the blows. Can't get the shot, but again, 2 free throws coming for Zach Vossler. That lob took a long time to get there. That pass probably got to be just a little bit sharper at some point, but able to work this time.
Vossler continues to do yeoman's work down there in the lane, though. 4 field goals, hit 3 free throws now, and he's got another one coming.
Now he's got 11 points to lead all scorers.
He's picked up the slack for what Drew Sims hasn't been able to get going so far. And, you know, give Brody Kaler some credit because he's made Sims's life a little difficult there on the offensive end for Tri-County.
And the first miss for Vossler at the free throw line. Somebody might want to guard Brody Kaler. His 3 is strong, but the tip is off the rim, and then Vossler rips out with a rebound. Now a chance to run for Tri-County. Here comes Sims, leaves it for Werman. Nice up and under, blocked from behind, though, by Burnett. Underneath, Vossler got it, a foul.
Boy, that was a good find. Give Sims a little bit of the credit there, but Vossler staying active on the offensive after Tri-County gotten an offensive rebound, dove into the basket. Sims found him.
Yeah, how about the pass by Sims to get it to Vossler? And then Zach able to muscle his way through and get the basket. Can't convert the free throw, though. And so our score remains tied at 19. 2:40 to go. I might say this is a fairly subdued crowd for 19-19. 2.5 minutes left in the first half.
That must mean the officials are just doing a tremendous job.
Right.
Nobody's been too upset so far.
Right. Well, and just it's not necessarily loud in cheering either.
Yeah.
You know? Foul there is on Sims, and it is foul number 2. So Drew has 2 fouls.
That'll be important for us to watch.
Yep. He is guarding Kaler, and Brody's going to go right after him, spins and fades away and knocks it down.
Kaler was well aware that Sims had just picked up his 2nd foul and took full advantage.
Absolutely. Second field goal of the quarter, 8 total points for Brody Kaler, 21-19. Johnson Brock on top, 2:05 to go first half. Trojans with the basketball. Hand it off to Sims, top of the key, tries to turn the corner, leans into a shot, and it's secured by Everett.
So I'm pretty confident that neither Kaler nor Sims have gotten a break here in this first half.
Yeah, I don't think so. Minute 40 to go. Hayden Gravatt calling out the set, gets it to Kaler on the left side. Vossler picks up on the defense. 9 on the shot clock. Gravatt's got it on the right wing. Looking for somebody to move. Now we'll just pop up a 3 off the glass. And the defensive rebound for the Trojans.
He did just about bank that in.
Right.
Johnson Brock does have 4 team fouls, so Tri-County will be in the bonus.
And now they've got 5 team fouls, and it'll send Vossler to the line.
Right on cue. So Vossler's going to get a couple more free throw attempts.
Like you say, Vossler's drawn 3 shooting fouls in this quarter, so 3 of the 5 fouls, actually 4 of the 5 fouls have been committed against Zach Vossler. He has done the work down there.
And that's the 3rd on Oliver Everett. So we'll see if someone checks in for him. Looks like Robert Gravatt's going to check back in. Now he's got 2 himself. Vossler does get that one to go.
14 points in the game right now for Zach Vossler. Make it 15. Only 3 guys have scored for Tri-County. Jason Werman has 2, Drew Sims has 2, and Zach Vossler has the rest. Tied at 21 with a minute to go in the first half. And a 3 right in front of the Tri-County section. Hayden Gravatt knocks it down. 7 points in the quarter for Hayden, 24-21.
2 threes for Johnson Brock. Tri-County yet to knock one down, and they average 6 a game.
Werman with his dribble drive gets all the way to the block, draws the foul, going to the free throw line.
If
for
that's
2.
on Gravatt or Robert Gravatt, that's his 3rd then. So he and Everett both would. Nope, looks like they're going to get. I think they're going to get Deacon.
Or should be, 3.
Deacon Burnett.
There you go.
So that's a good trade if you're a Johnson Brock fan. Just the first on Burnett, I thought maybe they were going to get Gravatt, but they didn't.
Werman, the 6'4 senior, averages just shy of 7 points and over 4 rebounds a contest. This is first 2 free throw attempts of the game. Missed them both. Gravatt with the rebound.
So we got about a 2-second differential in the shot clock. Let's see if Johnson Brock elects to hold it for 1 or if they continue just to push and run offense.
I'm going to say 1.
Looks that way.
Hayden Gravatt out near the time circle. He is now guarded by Sims. Here comes Kaler on the screen. So they switch back. Gravatt going to work. It's in the lane. Tough twisting. Got it again, though.
Pretty good defense there from Kapke, but Gravatt finished.
Knocked free. Gravatt nearly comes up with his steal. It was splashed in there by Burnett well after the buzzer, though. It did not count, but still kind of a cool play. 26-21, a little flourish there, kind of a 5-0 run in the final seconds of that second quarter.
Yeah, Tri-County hit a couple free throws to knot it at 21, and then the Eagles finish on a 5-0 run.
So we're going to take a real quick break. When we come back, we might talk about the honor classes that they'll be introducing here later on tonight. We'll have some halftime stats and replays. You're watching the MUDECAS Basketball Championships on JCC Striv.
This is a commercial for Pioneer Seed Corn.
In 1926, Pioneer.
David Miles, Bruce Moore, Russell Halls, Steve Oldman, Keith Jerkins, Dwight Sorensen, Terry Robinson, Wayne Schuster, and Alan Jurgens. Assistant coach was Larry Cornelius, and the head coach of that team, Elvin Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen, the B Division champions from 1976, the Philly Wildcats.
Kind of a neat deal here, Eric. They're showing some of the honor teams at halftime.
That was the Philly team from 50 years ago. And this is the 25-year squad from Southern that they're talking about now.
Aaron Whitworth, Travis Harden, Branson Husa, and Joel Palmquist. The coaches that year, Devin Smith and Jeff Sheeber. your 25-year champions, the Southern Raiders. The 50-year team from the A Division that year was the Meridian Mustangs. Members of that team include Ken Bortles, Jeff Bortles, Jeff Brown, Marv Drake, Gary Hickey, Lance Ham, Lyman Ham, Doug Codas, Karen Kropp-Hoffman, Dave Kuyak, Monty Marshman, Les Mosley, Brad Raceward, Mark Rohr, Jack Sabatka, Dave Sims, Doug Weishaw, Dave Weeks, Jim Weeks, Jeff Winters, Dwayne Wolf, and Scott Wolf. Ladies and gentlemen, the 1976 champions in the A Division, the Meridian Mustangs. And 25 years ago, the A Division was won by the Fall City Sacred Heart Irish. Members of that team were Troy Taft, Justin Parker Schmidt, Josh Parker, Tony Santo, Matt Sells, Ben Santo, Luke Fulmer, Shelby Jordan, Anthony Weaver, Josh Carpenter, James Kirkendall, Lucas Brushel, Josh Raymer, and Cody Witt. The assistant coaches that year were Matt Cumro and Mark Junker. The head coach of that team, Doug Goltz. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2001 A Division champion, the Fall City Sacred Heart Irish. Let's give all these gentlemen a big round of applause. The history of MUDECAS.
And this is how you know that Doug Goltz is more than a legend. That's the 25-year team, and Doug had been coaching for, 14 years by the time he got to that team.
He already had state titles under his belt by the time he coached the 25-year anniversary team. There was a few familiar names there as they ran through those teams.
Well, did I hear Santo in there?
And I heard a Jim Weeks in there.
And Jim Weeks was in there from Meridian, you bet. So some fun stuff. And I love that. Not everybody does that. You know, we have a lot of conferences that in the state that go back many years, but I don't know of any others that do as good a job honoring the previous champions, 25, 50, 15 years for the volleyball. It's less for the volleyball because they haven't had it as long. But MUDECAS Association does a great job honoring those teams. This year's 25-year team champions in A Division was the Freeman girls with Danny Busboom, right? And so that was pretty cool. We didn't get DBK there, but we did get Jordan Larson at the volleyball finals. I believe we have some highlights to talk about, so let's talk through these as we get here through the halftime break. 26-21, Johnson Brock with the lead, and I tell you, Zach Vossler has been a force to be reckoned with, and is you can say probably is the reason that Tri-County is in this game. He's got 15 here in the first half.
Yeah, 15 of their 21, picking up the slack for the fact that Drew Sims doesn't have a field goal and just 2 points so far in this first half.
Yeah, and Jason Werman has the other 4 for Tri-County. On the other side, pretty balanced scoring. You had Hayden Gravatt score all 9 of his points in the second quarter. Brody Kaler has 2 in the first, 4 in the first, 4 in the second, 8 total. 5 points for Grady Behrens and 2 apiece for Deacon Burnett and Oliver Everett. If you're Johnson Brock, I'm kind of curious. This is not quite the high-flying team we've seen the last 3 years with the Darlinghouse boys.
No.
So is this actually maybe favor the fact that, hey, Johnson Brock can probably, they're looking to win a slow half-court kind of game as opposed to trying to push tempo a little bit?
Yeah, I haven't got to see them enough in person this year. Now, coming into MUDECAS, the 3 games they played to MUDECAS, they won all of them by more than 40 points and scored up into the 70s and 80s. So I think they can kind of play maybe whatever it takes to win on any given night. And maybe they thought that slowing things down and not making it a track meet against Tri-County was the way to go after losing to them in December.
Yeah, you look at these other games. The tough game for Johnson Brock was 59-52 in the semifinals over EMF, but before that they won by 33 over Palmyra, by do the math there, 66 over Weeping Water, by 51 over Pawnee City. Had needed a good game coming into the MUDECAS tournament and got it in the semifinals. 26-21 is our score right now. We're going to take another break. When we come back, second half action, the MUDECAS Boys A Division Championship on the JCC Striv channel.
What scholarships are funded by the foundation?
The foundation funds 9 scholarships each year.
3 $1,000 scholarships to trade school applicants.
3 $1,000 scholarships to community college applicants.
3 $2,000 scholarships to 4-year college applicants.
The foundation also funds up to 2 Learn to Dream scholarships in partnership with Southeast Community College.
JCC seniors receive these applications in January and are due to the counselor's office by mid-March.
This is a commercial for Pioneer Seed Corn.
In 1926, Pioneer revolutionized farming with the first commercial production of hybrid corn. And we've been innovating ever since.
The one that started it all. The #1 seed to beat. The one for you.
In 2026, we celebrate a century of innovation. Plant the 100th season. Plant Pioneer.
Farming has no set hours or weekends off. At Rank Seed, we get it. Our family's been farming since 1846. Trust that our seed will work as hard as you do. Rank Seed.
Back at the Beatrice City Auditorium, Eric Olga, Scott Strock, and the rest of the Johnson County Central Striv crew, a student production outside of our professional voices.
There you
Scott,
go.
Yeah, that's the way we like to say it this week. Johnson Brock leading Tri-County 26-21 in the A Division Championship game. Fun to see some of the past champions at halftime, but now we've got to crown a new set of champions here coming up in this second half. What have you seen? And we were talking surely in the halftime locker room, and now here in this last huddle, some of the words out of Jeremy Sims' mouth has to be, Drew Sims, please go score.
Yeah, and I hadn't realized that Brody Kaler didn't play the first time these two teams matched up. And again, you're never going to make excuses, but a couple things. One, Kaler, the offense he provides, but he's been the primary defender on Drew Sims this entire first half. And you got to say he's done a heck of a job. Sims doesn't have a field goal, and Kaler doesn't have a foul that I'm aware of.
Correct. I would, yeah. I've got him for 8 points, no fouls, probably a couple rebounds.
Right.
And you're right, just some really locked down defense. So,
and he just brings a lot of length at Sims. It's not just aggression and want to. He's long.
Johnson Brock with the ball and the 5-point lead. That little 5-0 flourish in the final minute of that first half really kind of flipped the tables on Tri-County. We'll see what the Trojans can do defensively first. There's Kaler working on Vossler. Fade to the baseline, no good. Gravatt way over the top of everybody for the offensive rebound.
Good aggressive offensive rebound there from Robert Gravatt.
And that one knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Johnson Brock here. 31 on the shot clock after the offensive rebound. By the way, the rebounding situation was +6 in favor of Tri-County in that first half, but they were -4 in turnovers. Gravatt with his dribble, hands it off on the wing to Deacon Burnett. To high post, Robert Gravatt has it. Back out on the wing. Kind of a slow, methodical offense to start things in this third quarter. Baseline drive and a blocking foul going to be called against Werman.
So the possession's going to continue.
And it's a reset of the shot clock, too. So 7:09 to play in this third quarter, and Tri-County hasn't touched it yet, and they're probably not going to in this first minute.
This feels like one of those old school Auburn possessions from a few years ago when they took the air out of the ball.
Yeah, Cam Binder would just dribble for 5 minutes sometimes, right? That's a nice move, though, on the finish for Robert Gravatt, his first field goal and points of the game to push the lead to 7. Biggest lead of the game right now for Johnson Brock.
Yeah, and Robert doesn't get a ton of opportunities, but took advantage of it. Nice move there.
Along the baseline, Kapke's three way off, no good, and the defensive rebound pulled down by Gravatt.
Couple rebounds and a bucket already in this quarter for Robert.
Burnett hasn't left corner. Now Kaler going to work on Vossler. Goes with the up and under with the right hand, no good. Good defense by Vossler, and a foul on the rebound is on Gravatt, and that's going to be number 3.
Yeah, Robert just kind of got caught in the wrong place. Little bump in the back of Kapke, got called for the foul. And as you were mentioned before the foul, really good post defense there from Vossler. Kaler wanted to go to work, and Vossler just wouldn't allow it.
Vossler got him underneath the hoop so that Brody was trying to kind of have his hand on one side of the backboard, and his head was behind the hoop, really. And then a miscommunication there as Werman leaves it on the wing as Sims was going to the baseline, and a turnover for Tri-County. They had just one turnover in the second quarter, so I mentioned that the disparity overall was a -4. It's only now 6-2 total in the game.
Yeah, most of those came that first quarter, huh?
Yes. 2 minutes gone in the third period. A 7-point lead for Johnson Brock. There's only been 2 points scored so far in the first 2 minutes of this period. Long possessions for Johnson Brock have been the name of the game so far. Tough drive there on the shot for Burnett. Offensive rebound for Kaler and a foul.
Yeah, Kaler came crashing in, grabbed the offensive rebound. Well, they're going to call that a shooting foul. I thought maybe Brody was trying to pass that out. He was well underneath the backboard. They're going to give him a shooting foul. He's going to head to the line and shoot 2. It's the second foul on Schnelly.
Yes. And 2 shots here for Kaler. And the second good as well. I'm going to borrow a phrase from.
I'm not sure. Oh, there they got it.
There they got it. Borrow a phrase from my good friend Mike Sauter. He does not need to be a volume shooter to have a highly efficient scoring game. Does Brody Kaler. He picks off the pass here of Sims as well. He has scored 10 points, and he probably hasn't taken more than 5 total shots.
Oh, he's going to get called for a charge there, though. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I'll bet he doesn't have more than 5 field goal attempts, but he's made the most of the ones he's had. Kaler's going to get called for the charge there. And that is indeed his first foul.
Yes, 30-second timeout taken by Garrison Dodge, the head coach of the Johnson Brock Eagles. We will step aside as well, and we'll come back to Beatrice in the City Auditorium after this on the JCC Striv coverage of the MUDECAS basketball tournament.
We'd like to introduce our new state-of-the-art call center.
Press 1 for ultra-fast service. Press 3 to hear about our new account specials.
I'm sorry for your troubles today. It is very important to assist you as quickly as possible. Let me get you to a personal service specialist. What's your name again?
Hi, my name is Christy, and I've been told this is where I get help.
Hi, Christy. I've heard you've been having some trouble. What is your name again?
Christy.
At Tecumseh Federal Bank, you're not just an account number. Come and join the community.
Back here in the third quarter, 5:17 to go in the period. 30-21. It is a 4-0 start in the first 3 minutes of this period in favor of Johnson Brock, and Drew Sims still has not gotten on track. He is basically face guarded by Brody Kaler right now, and a steal on the other side. Burnett picks off a pass. His layup attempt is blocked, and he'll shoot 2 free throws.
You were talking about Kaler face guard and Sims here when we were on the other end. I looked it up over the break. In the victory that Tri-County had over Johnson Brock in December, Sims had 26. Kaler didn't play in that game.
Yeah. Yeah, do you think Brody affects the game at all?
So they did get Schnelly for his second foul there then. 3 team fouls on Tri-County, just 2 on Johnson Brock. Burnett got the first one. He gets the second coming here.
4 points in the ball game for Deacon Burnett, 6'4" sophomore. He averages just shy of 11 points and 7 rebounds per contest. 9-point lead now, still the largest lead.
I was just going to say, in over 3 minutes to start this quarter, Tri-County hasn't scored.
Onto the left wing, that's Henry Kapke with it. Bounces it up top for Vossler, and now Sims. Sims going to work. Stops, And they're going to get a foul. They're going to call it on the floor. They're going to call a push on Burnett.
Yeah, nice spin move there from Sims. Burnett just gave him a little bump with the body.
Well, and good recognition by Sims to realize that Kaler wasn't guarding him, so I need to go on the offensive attack here.
He got pretty excited when he looked up with the ball and didn't see 11 standing in front of him.
Exactly. On the left corner, that's a 3-ball. Trevor Kapke knocks it down. And the first points of the second half there for Tri-County. Boy, did they need that. Still trailing by 8 with 4:15 to go in the third.
That's also their first 3 of the game, Eric.
It sure is. Johnson Brock only has 2, though, so that hasn't been a great disparity now. And now the Tri-County fans with the defense chant. Gravatt has it swatted by Vossler, but it's controlled. No reset of the shot clock. Behrens drives, hangs, no. And
good job by Werman grabbing that. Vossler looking to post up. He was open just for a second. Sims didn't see it until it was too late.
Now Werman on the slide, throws it in the corner. There's Henry Kapke. Ooh, in and out. Long rebound. Burnett tracks it down. All the way. And 2 free throws coming.
Boy, Burnett had a head of steam going. Made a little bit of a ball fake just to get the defender off balance a touch and went straight to the hoop.
And they'll call Werman for the foul. It's his second. And 2 shots coming for Deacon Burnett. It was 13-10 at the end of the first quarter. It was 26-21 at halftime. Second, no good, but Werman grabs the rebound. Johnson Brock feels a little bit like a boa constrictor right now, just starting to kind of tighten things up on Tri-County. And they get a deflection and a steal. Nice play there, Oliver Everett.
Tri-County tried to go pick and roll with Sim and Vossler, and as you said, Everett did a good job deflecting the pass.
Johnson Brock with the lead by 9 and the basketball. Kaler's got it in the right corner. Cut to the high post and all the way back out for Gravatt. 8 on the shot clock. Gravatt going on the spins, kicks it out. Behrens shakes his man, hands it off. Burnett for 3, missed everything, and that is a shot clock violation.
Yeah, I'll bet you if you'd asked Coach Sims before the game that they'd held Johnson Brock to 33 with just a couple minutes left in the third quarter, he'd have probably been pretty excited with that number. I think he'd have been a bit shocked if you'd have told him he only was going to have his team score 24.
I think he'd probably be more shocked if you told him that Drew only had 2 free throws at this point in the ballgame. Try to get the lob. Vossler has position and finishes it again. Zach Vossler has 17 points and is keeping Tri-County afloat right now. 33-26 with 2:18 to go in the third. Behrens stops his pass a little slow. Sims with a steal. Sims coast to coast with a left hand.
Well, let's see if that gets him off the schneid, Eric. Big steal, generated a bucket with his defense.
Man, and how fast did that
spin
in the half court?
Made me a little dizzy just watching
incredible. Full timeout, and the Tri-County fans are loving it. Timeout on the floor taken by Johnson Brock. We'll step aside as well. 33-28, Eagles on top. The Trojans are charging.
What scholarships are funded by the foundation?
The foundation funds 9 scholarships each year.
3 $1,000 scholarships to trade school applicants.
3 $1,000 scholarships to community college applicants.
3 $2,000 scholarships to 4-year college applicants.
The foundation also funds up to 2 Learn to Dream scholarships in partnership with Southeast Community College.
JCC seniors receive these applications in January and are due to the counselor's office by mid-March.
Farming has no set hours or weekends off. At Rank Seed, we get it. Our family's been farming since 1846. Trust that our seed will work as hard as you do. Rank Seed.
We are back, 33-28, 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. in a full house at the Auditorium tonight. I still love the fact that it's theater seating. It's the old wood theater seating. So you could literally save a seat, but that's about it. You still want to get here probably about that A Division third place game if you want to make sure you got a seat for this one.
Well, and I love the seating's all on one side and the crowds are separated. So for the second half, the crowd is cheering on the offensive side of their team.
Right. They got a reach-in foul on Zach Vossler. It's his second personal foul, and it will send Brody Kaler to the free throw line for 2 shots. Only 1 field goal has been made by Johnson Brock in this period. However, they are 6 of 7 at the free throw line in the quarter, and another one coming.
Jonathan got excited because you said 6-7.
Oh, Lord almighty. Well, now 7 of 8, so it doesn't work at all. Kids, I tell you. 35-28. Minute 36 to go, third quarter. Tri-County with the basketball, trying to get anything going offensively. I might be looking at Zach Vossler. He's been far and away the best on offense. Sims drives, Hanks kicks it back out. A 3 on the wing, way off though. And Burnett tracks down the rebound.
Yeah, as you mentioned just a second ago, we've just over a minute to go. Johnson Brock's expanded their lead even though they've only made 1 field goal this quarter.
And that rebound, 3 Trojans had a chance at it and they all kind of fumbled it off their hands, and it'll stay with Johnson Brock.
So they still got 25 seconds here on the shot clock. Minute 10 to go in the quarter.
Throw it all the way up top. Barons takes the inbounds, gets by his man into the lane and traveled.
Pretty good catch from Barons, though, on a tough pass because he had Kapke sliding underneath him when he made the catch, then got into the lane and traveled.
I tell you, there's something to be said for natural athleticism, but I would love to see the strength program that Johnson Brock's got, because they got some kids that can jump.
They do.
And they have had for a while. Sims fouled on the 3. Free throws coming.
Not a great foul there for Johnson Brock because Sims shot about a 26-foot fadeaway 3, and now he's going to get 3 from the line here. Again, nearly an 80% free throw shooter, and sometimes a guy that struggled a little bit can unlock if he can see some free throws go through.
He's got his 1 field goal was that tremendous defensive steal 360 spin that we both said during the break. Like, he accelerated out of that spin and got the layup out ahead. And he has 2 free throws in the first quarter. That's it. And now he's got 3 of them here.
With all that said, you kind of sometimes might feel like, well, Johnson Brock's up 15 or 16. It's comfortable. He makes these. He can cut it to 4.
Right.
It's 5 now. Drew's got 1 more coming.
Gets them all. 35-31, 50 seconds to go. This is kind of the same. We were tied in a similar situation in the first half, and then Johnson Brock scored 5 points in the last minute to take a 5-point halftime lead. Currently up 4. Kaler, right wing, guarded by Kapke. Can't get the shot up, gets it back, still guarded by Kapke. And a foul as Burnett was flashing to the post. And
that's going to be the 3rd on Schnelly.
It is the 3rd on Caleb Schnelly, and it's 2 free throws because it's in the bonus, and it will send Deacon Burnett to the free throw line.
And that was probably a little bit of a silly foul because Burnett wasn't in great position. He was clear up at the high post, and Schnelly kind of just gave him a little shove in the back. May work out well, though, if Burnett doesn't knock in the free throws.
Werman checking in as Snelly goes to the bench. In for Johnson Brock comes Coy Barons. He replaces Grady. 30 seconds left in the third. Burnett's second free throw, nothing but net. 36-31, Tri-County trying to get something going. Drew Sims guarded by Brody Kaler. No shot clock. Tri-County says, well, if at worst case scenario we're down 5 going to the 4th, which the way this game has gone, only down 5, not so bad. You
no,
cut
absolutely.
it to 3 or 2. There's Sims, gets away, knocks it down. Kaler quickly across the timeline, long at the buzzer, spins out, nothing. No foul, no play at the buzzer after that shot, and we go to the 4th, 36-34. Okay, bring it on, Beatrice. Back in a minute.
As a community bank, it's important for us to support, educate, and to serve our communities. Giving back is part of our culture. It's built into our client model. We do more here by sponsoring, donating, volunteering, and being active participants in the communities that our employees call home.
Back here in Beatrice at the Municipal City Auditorium, let's take a look at that last shot. You can see the separation for Drew Sims. That fake left, got a little bit of Jordan nudge there, and Kaler ran to the corner instead of being able to kind of plant and come back. And that's the kind of stuff that happens when you get to the end of the games. That feet that might have been so quick in the start because you were nice and fresh. They start to get a little bit heavier at that point in the game.
Yeah, and you haven't been able to say that very often, that Sims got himself a little bit of separation. He did there. Knocked in the 3. So Tri-County wins that quarter 13-10 to cut what was a 5-point halftime lead to 2. Johnson Brock scored 10 in that quarter, and as you had mentioned earlier, like 1 field goal. 8 free throws, 1 2-point field goal.
8 of 10 overall from the free throw line in that quarter for Johnson Brock. Tri-County was 3 for 3. That was all from Sims on the 3-point attempt that he was fouled on. So Sims suddenly, after we say, oh, he's got 2 points, 2 points, 2 points, now he's got 10. And he's got a little confidence shooting the basketball perhaps as well. Steps back, Tri-County with the basketball first. 8 on the shot clock, long 3 on the right side is off by Kapke, and the rebound for Burnett.
Yeah, and I think if I'm Tri-County, I'd like to go back again to at least Vossler getting a look or a touch. Then maybe a kick out to Sims, or try them in the pick and roll again.
Kaler gets a favorable switch, steps back, kicks it to Grady Barron's left side. Grady in the corner, kicks it out. Gravatt knocks it down. Hayden Gravatt only scores in the second and fourth quarter. He's got 12 total points for the game. That's his second 3, and it's 39-34. Johnson
Boy, he shot that with confidence.
Sims got some separation as Werman gets run over. No foul called on, we play. Trevor Kapke, left side, gets a screen. Gets into the lane. A lot of contact. Tries to get it down low to Werman. And that's going to be Tri-County basketball.
Yeah, Robert Gravatt was the last one to touch that. Good move there by Werman into the lane. Tried to finish with his left hand. Was just a little bit off. So it looks like Sims is going to trigger in on this baseline out of bounds play.
They try to get Vossler through the screen. Over the top, though, comes Kapke, his 3, and the defensive rebound for Gravatt. 39-34. Minute and a half gone in the fourth quarter. MUDECAS Boys A Division Championship. Johnson Brock has won the last 2 of these.
Last year was their first.
Last year was their first.
So they're looking to go back-to-back, and that would be interesting, too. I don't know if a team's ever gone back-to-back with different head coaches.
Well, that would be interesting. Tri-County won this thing in 2023.
Yeah, 2 teams that have had quite a bit of success over the last 5 to 10 years. You mentioned right at the top, Johnson Brock's coming off a few state titles.
Nice cut by Burnett on the inbounds, but can't finish. And Vossler grabs the rebound.
Boy, it looked like Sims thought about pulling that 3.
Whoa, and he got the basket and a foul anyway. Sims with a chance to tie it. No, they've already put the 2 up there. They can bring it within 2.
Right, they were down 5.
Yeah.
after that 3 on the other end from Gravatt.
That is the 3rd foul on Kaler. Something to keep an eye on, and Drew Sims suddenly has 13 in the ball game. 2-point contest. Plenty of time to go. Barron's in the lane, kicks it out for Kaler. Sims clears it. Gravatt with a foul, and Robert has picked up his 4th.
Yeah, Robert got the good touch initially, kept that offensive rebound opportunity alive, but then Sims tracked it down, then just a bit overly aggressive, fouling Sims there. Just the 2nd team foul on Johnson Brock here, but again, as you mentioned, Robert's 4th, so he's going to go to the bench for a little bit, and it looks like Oliver Everett's going to check back in.
Oliver's got 2 points, but he also has 3 fouls.
And you've got Drew Sims, who's starting to warm up a little bit.
Sims working on Kaler. Brody's got 3 fouls. Now Werman down the lane. They'll say it was deflected.
Yeah, we were blocked by it a little bit. It looked maybe like it had just gone off Werman's hand, but there may have been a deflection there. They're going to say it went out off Everett.
So chance to tie, maybe take the lead here for Tri-County. We got a hold before the ball even gets in, and it's going to be on Burnett.
Yeah, he had a handful of jersey. That's why that got called right away. So that's the other thing. 3 team fouls now on Johnson Brock, none this quarter on the Trojans. So we're inching towards Tri-County being in the bonus.
Vossler takes the inbounds, throws it up top. Now they'll swing it around. Sims has got it on the wing, guarded by Kaler. Goes away from the screen, stops at the elbow. And the rebound for Burnett.
Faded away on that jump shot just a little bit instead of going straight up, left it just a touch short.
Hayden Gravatt stops on the block. Fadeaway shot for himself. Tip once, not the second time. Sims pulls down the rebound. To the other end, Werman spins it off the glass. Jason Werman has tied the game with 4:50 to go in the 4th.
That starts with Sims really pushing it up the floor. He drew a ton of attention from the defense, then found Werman.
Burnett for Barons as the old barn comes alive.
Yeah, what were you saying about the crowd not being real loud earlier? They're cranked up now.
They were saving it.
Saving it.
High post, foul called on Tri-County. They will get Henry Kapke.
Just his first, team first this quarter. It's going to lead us to a baseline inbound here for Johnson Brock. Looks like first we're going to do a little janitorial work on the floor. Brody Kaler, do-it-all man, going to dry that up for us.
I imagine it's hot up here, but it's probably hot down there too, right? Full timeout by Tri-County. We will step aside as well. All square at 39. Go nowhere. We're back to Beatrice in a minute.
Commercial for Pioneer Seed Corn.
In 1926, Pioneer revolutionized farming with the first commercial production of hybrid corn. And we've been innovating ever since.
The one that started it all. The #1 seed to beat. The one for you.
In 2026, we celebrate a century of innovation. Plant the 100th season. Plant Pioneer.
Beatrice City Auditorium, the host for the MUDECAS basketball tournament. We are tied at 39 in the A Division Championship. 4:26 to go, 4th quarter. Johnson Brock has led it by 9, but Tri-County has stuck with it, and finally Drew Sims has gotten going here in the second half. But Johnson Brock continues to pester things down low, and this time it will be Oliver Everett that gets to the free throw line.
They're going to get Henry Kapke with that foul. It's his second. 2 team fouls on the Trojans. Now Everett's going to shoot free throws.
Oliver, a 6'2 sophomore, averages 5.5 points and 4 rebounds per game. And he's got both. So a 2-point lead again for Johnson Brock, 41-39. 4:13 to go, fourth quarter. Sims gets the switch off. Swing it around. That's Trevor Kapke with it. Now Henry Kapke. Backdoor cut. Nice spin move by Sims. Leans in and gets the basket.
Boy, beautiful backdoor cut from Sims. Was being overplayed. V-cut from the wing right to the bucket.
You don't usually say that your V-cut should be a spin move, but that's how fast Drew Sims can spin, apparently. Seen a couple of good examples. Kaler in the lane. And a foul on Kaler, his 4th.
That's big. A little frustrated that he missed the jumper. Went flying in to try and grab the rebound. It's also the team 4th on Johnson Brock, Eric. So Tri-County in the bonus the rest of the way, and that could be big too.
And Garrison Dodge, your new Johnson Brock coach. Well, how do you do this with Brody Kaler? They're going to sit Brody for just a little bit anyway. Tie game, 3.5 minutes to go.
I believe number 12, Quentin Behrens, has checked in, 6-foot junior for Johnson Brock.
And Sims on the backdoor cut again. Sims has got 15 of his 17 in the second half, and Tri-County has taken the lead.
And if I'm Tri-County, he's got to touch the ball every time while Brody Kaler's out of the game.
Absolutely. And now this is also what Johnson Brock had in the first time these two teams played. No Brody Kaler. Okay, where does everything run through now? Hayden Gravatt would be a good guy to try to get things to go through, I would think.
They're going to get Warman with a foul there. Little bump on the attempted drive from Gravatt.
We're also going to get a timeout here taken by Johnson Brock. So let's kind of reset our game for you a little bit. First quarter, Johnson Brock led it 13-10. Had some nice balance throughout the scoring for Johnson Brock. For Tri-County, it was Zach Vossler. He had 6 points in that first quarter. Then he had 9 in the second quarter, 15 in the first half. And at the end of the first half, it was 26-21. But we remember that it was tied at 21 with about 50 seconds to go in the period. And there was a 3 and then another basket, both by Hayden Gravatt in the final 50 seconds to push that lead for Johnson Brock. Tri-County, they kind of just kept hanging around. They found themselves down 9 at one point, though, in that third quarter. And then Drew Sims finally got going. He got a basket on a fantastic steal and layup. Then he got fouled on a 3-point attempt, hit all 3 free throws. And then with 2 seconds left in the third quarter, he hits the 3-pointer to bring it to a 2-point game. And now at the 3:20 mark, he has got a basket to give Tri-County their first lead of the second half at 43-41.
Yeah, we had talked about it at the time. Could the steal, generating some offense with his defense, and then seeing those 3 free throws go through, could that help unlock him? And you'd have to say yes, because now he's got 7 here just in the fourth quarter.
Brody Kaler is back in as Gravatt banks the 3. Hayden Gravatt has 3 threes in the ball game, 2 of them here in the fourth quarter. And it's back to a 1-point Johnson Brock lead, 2:38 to go. Lob pass, Vossler, foul on Burnett.
Good job there from Tri-County going right inside to Vossler. He was looking for an answer, got fouled.
And that's 4 fouls on Deacon Burnett.
So right now you've got Deacon Burnett with 4, Brody Kaler with 4, Robert Gravatt with 4, and Oliver Everett with 3 for Johnson Brock.
Vossler goes 1 on the free throw. That is the first missed free throw of the second half for Tri-County.
I always think it's a bad sign when that free throw shooter's kind of fading and leaning away after they shoot. I'd like to see him just go straight up, shoot this with confidence. And
he faded on the second, but an offensive rebound for Werman. Sims nearly double dribbled it right in front of his own bench. Now gets it back up and around. Werman on the right wing. 2:23 to go. Oh, pass to the block. Vossler was not looking. Turnover, Tri-County.
Yeah, bad time for miscommunication there for the Trojans.
Gravant on the dribble drive. Into the lane, stuck. Oh, got bailed out with a foul call. And it'll be on the floor.
I got a question for you. How much longer do you go without Kaler in this game if you're Johnson?
Oh, he can't. He only sat for about 30 seconds there.
He's back in.
Yep.
Good. Sorry, I missed it.
And the foul is called against Trevor Kapke of Tri-County. It's his first, and it is the third team foul on the Trojans. So not in the bonus yet. Johnson Brock will inbound. And now Kaler over Vossler. Sims the rebound. Here comes Sims pushing the envelope with the right hand.
He has come alive.
Sims has 9 in the quarter, 19 for the game, 17 in the second half. Gravant all the way to the hoop. Oh, what do we got now? Gravant knocks it out of the hand.
So that should just be a delay of game warning.
Delay of game warning the first time, but the second time would be a technical.
Correct.
Something like that happens again. I don't know do we have a replay of that? I don't know if we could see it again or if people saw it in real time, but as the ball hit, Gravant makes the layup, and as the ball comes through the hoop, no, we don't have a replay. As the ball comes through the hoop, he actually tried to knock it out of the hand of the Tri-County inbounder. Big no-no.
Right.
Especially when the Tri-County guy had it in his hands already. So one time's a warning, next time's a technical if it's even kind of close to a delay like that. 46-45. Johnson Brock with the lead. Tri-County with the basketball. Sims on Gravant. Yes!
Drew Sims has been cited. He is in the building and heating up.
Wow. Minute 13 to go in the fourth. 48-46. Tri-County with a lead. Gravant dribbles all the way into the corner. Gets it back on the handoff. Sims over there to pick him up on the defense. Now Kaler, 10 on the shot clock. Kaler top of the key, guarded by Vossler. Goes to work, gets by him, leaves it underneath. The layup, no good. Sims the rebound. Sims gonna push it again. Blocking foul, and one. Drew Sims.
Is that 14 in this quarter with a free throw still coming? And that's going to be the 5th foul there called against Robert Gravant.
That is 14 points in the quarter, 24 for the game.
We're talking about a guy who had 2 free throws in the first half, 2 points, no field goals.
He had 2 free throws through the first 2 quarters in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And now he's got a chance at a 3-point play, which would make it a 5-point Tri-County lead. Just incredible stuff. And just when you thought, hey, with a 2-point lead, do you need to push that? But I don't know, good on Sims there. He's like, I've got it. I'm going to take it. And if I get the foul, he's only got 2 fouls. So even an offensive foul, it doesn't really hurt you in that scenario.
Correct.
So why not try to go get something? And he was confident enough in his abilities to hang and draw the foul and
was
still
an
make it.
Athletic finish. Whew. And man, he gets the ball up the floor with pace.
Yeah.
When he decides to get going, he's just as quick with the ball dribbling it up the floor as some guys are just sprinting up the floor.
Sometimes those guys are faster with the
it's
ball,
amazing.
right? I was a big Jerry Rice fan when I was a little kid.
That was a big knock on him coming out of college is that he didn't have NFL speed.
Ran a 4.740, and it's like, you know what, though? He got the NFL, and nobody ever caught him from behind.
Yep.
So the chance at the 3-point play with 44 seconds to go. Five-point Trojan lead.
Yeah, Johnson Brock was complaining because when they inbounded that ball, they didn't touch it. The clock stopped on the inbound.
The clock started before it was touched.
Or started, I said. Yeah,
on the inbound.
Probably ran about 2 or 3 seconds off that shouldn't have.
Yep. Should probably put like 41 on the clock here. Should probably be 32 or 33 on the shot clock as well. So the officials are going to talk about that while we talk about the fact that Brody Kaler is scoreless in the fourth quarter, while his counterpart Drew Sims has 15 points in this quarter.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, he's got 21, 23 total, right?
Yeah.
And 21 of those have been over the last 9, maybe 10 minutes of gameplay.
Yeah. So they do put they put it up to 42.4, and thanks to Marcus's awesome technology, we don't have to touch anything up here.
Yeah, very good.
42.4 now on the game clock and 33 on the shot. Now we're ready to go. Clock starts on time. Kaler takes it on the curl cut. Three-pointer.
Boy, that was a tough shot.
Off Tri-County, though. Stays with Johnson Brock.
A little bit of a forced shot, I thought, there from Kaler. Had a hand right in his face. So shot clock's off now.
Yep. Quick spot. Again, way short. And Vossler with another rebound. To Sims. No foul in the backcourt. On-way play. There's the foul.
Boy, his handles are elite for high school. And he lacks no confidence with the ball in his hands.
The foul on Hayden Gravatt is his second.
Well, if he knocks both of these down, it becomes a 3-possession game, and that might be all she wrote.
And they are both good.
A good job by Vossler there, tipping the ball away.
This has got to be fast. Backside, there's Kaler, finally a basket. And is a timeout taken? Yeah, a timeout's going to be taken by Johnson Brock. It's a 30-second timeout. 53-48 with just 8 seconds left.
Yeah, it's going to have to be a steal and a throw up and a steal and a throw up. I mean, Johnson Brock does have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock after made baskets as they did there. But getting 2 shots off when you're not even starting with possession in 8.5 seconds is an awful lot of task.
And this is not the NBA where the shot or the clock stops on a made shot like Reggie Miller, the 8 points in 5 seconds or whatever that was.
Or where you can advance the ball on a timeout like in women's college basketball or the NBA.
So Tri-County just trying to get the ball to the other end of the court as best they can. Drew Sims will throw it in. Brody Kaler will defend. And after the made shot, Sims should be able to run the baseline. Trying to get it in, he'll throw it, and Tri-County coach
is going to call timeout.
Jeremy Sims calls a timeout before he releases the pass. So a full timeout and still able to run the baseline for Tri-County.
I think Drew's thinking there was, instead of a 5-second count, if I have to get rid of this, I'm going to make Johnson Brock, even if they get a steal, do it at the 80 feet end. Away from the basket.
Yep. Yeah,
thinking like a coach's son.
Yeah, it's almost like he hears that at home every now and then, and it's very true. That's a lost art, I think, sometimes in basketball, is knowing, hey, if all I have to do is make the other team go a long way.
Correct.
I just don't want them to catch it underneath the hoop and shoot a layup and call a timeout in 2 seconds to give themselves another chance. Also, got to make sure that you don't throw this up into the ceiling.
Yeah. Probably less likely here than in some of the high school gyms these guys play in.
That's a good point. So Sims again will try it. He can run the baseline. And he does get it into Vossler. Oh, and Vossler threw it away.
I thought it was, they're going to give it to Johnson Brock. I thought maybe it went off of Johnson Brock's finger, but they're not. They're saying no.
No, he just threw it right over the top of everybody.
They were able to take about 2.5 seconds off the clock, though, during that exchange.
Now this is interesting. Johnson Brock, by my count, I guess they have one timeout remaining,
which is important. If they got a quick bucket here, they can
stop
the
one
clock
more time
with a timeout. And then of note, Tri-County does not have another timeout to use. If they couldn't get the ball in, they got to throw it in. They're not going to get bailed out with another timeout.
Right. But here's the other thing. Yeah, you're right. If Johnson Brock scores, they're going to call the timeout right away. I was going to say, Tri-County actually doesn't have to inbound it.
If Johnson Brock doesn't use the timeout.
If they don't use the timeout.
Correct.
And if you watched, and this has been a few years ago now, but the Bellevue West Miller North game, Bellevue West won the game. Miller North had scored with about 8-9 seconds on the clock.
It took their time even picking it up to start the 5 count.
Didn't even go to pick it up to start the 5. And, well, you know, did they have to? Did they not?
Well, and the official can start the 5 count before they get the ball if he feels like they should be getting it. But either way, a lot to ask here. They don't have time to pass it around.
Yeah, and deflection out of bounds. And now just 3 seconds on the clock. And, yeah, this has almost got to be like a lob to the hoop and, a dunk and call the timeout if you're going to make it happen for Johnson Brock. The 3 from Barons. It's good. Timeout. Well, 0.7. Okay,
so this is kind of like that Nebraska game the other day when they just kind of threw the long inbounds pass that Hoiberg just had to get a finger and tip away so that the clock would expire. So the only thing Tri-County can't do, well, 2 things. One, I mentioned before, they don't have any timeouts left, so you can't get a 5-second call.
Right.
You can't call timeout, and you don't want to inbound it under your own basket unless it's directly to a teammate. You can't give up a direct steal. If it's a steal 80 feet from the bucket, you're probably okay, but you can't throw it in right on your own, underneath your own bucket here, and you can't get a 5-second call.
All right, we've seen it. You guys have seen this before. Just be ready. Where's Barrett Bosiger?
Yeah. Yeah, Jonathan and I had a buzzer beater at the state tournament last year. Let's see how this one goes.
Sims to throw it. The deflection, loose ball. Tri-County is your MUDECAS A Division champions in 2026. Perfectly executed by the Trojans down the stretch, and they will get Drew Sims some kind of MVP honor. 53-51, the Trojans prevail.
Well, and as good as Sims was late, let's not forget that Vossler kept him in the game early. They wouldn't even have been in position if he didn't have 15 in the first half. Whoa, what a game. Eric, good one. 53-52, Tri-County. MUDECAS A Division champs.
Jeremy Sims, 27 for the game and 17 in the fourth quarter. 17 of his team's 19 in the fourth quarter.
Well, and as you mentioned earlier, I'll bet he had 25 in the last, 10 or 11 minutes of the game?
Yeah.
All but 2 of his points, all but 2 free throws that came in the first quarter were in the last 10 or 11 minutes of the game.
And they are introducing the players for the medals right now. Let's listen in.
Number 5, Brogan Bowie. Number 10, Coy Barons. Number 11, Brody Kaler. Number 12, Quentin Barons. Number 13, Landon Ideas. Number 15, Tate Hawley. Number 20, Grady Barons. Number 21, Ben Perriott. Number 25, Oliver Everett. Number 32, Robert Gravatt. And number 33, Gage Rasmussen. And now, gentlemen, Jerry Rempe welcomes you all to come up and accept the 2026 MUDECAS A-Division runner-up trophy, the Johnson Brock Eagles. And now Eric McMurray, co-director of the MUDECAS Association Basketball Tournament, welcomes Jeremy Sims to please come forward and accept the championship medals. Gentlemen, if you would please come forward as your name is called. Number 1, Drew Sims. Number 3, Henry Kapke. Number 4, Luke Katz. Number 10, Dawson Sims. Number 14, Zach Vossler. Number 15, Jason Warman. Number 20, Garrett Smith. Number 21, Justice Warman. Number 23, Caleb Schnelly. And number 24, Trevor Kapke. And now, gentlemen, Eric McMurray welcomes you all to come up and accept the 2026 MUDECAS A-Division Championship Trophy, the Tri-County Trojans. And now the MUDECAS Association would like to present the 2026 MUDECAS A-Division Jane White Memorial All-Tournament Team. If you are present, please come forward and accept your medal. From Diller Odell, Creighton Heidemann. From Falls City Sacred Heart, Cole Taft. From JCC, Wesley Swanson. From Palmyra, Harrison Boyd. From EMF, Grady Bresson. From EMF, Kelton Kirchhoff. From Freeman, Hayden Jansen. From Freeman, Keegan White. From Johnson Brock, Grady Behrens. And from Tri-County, Henry Kapke. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the 2026 MUDECAS A-Division Jane White Memorial First team all tournament. Please come forward as your name is called. From Freeman, Easton Buss. From Johnson Brock, Hayden Gravatt. From Tri-County, Zach Vossler. From Johnson Brock, Brody Kaler. And from Tri-County, Drew Sims. We would like to say congratulations to both of these teams. Good luck in the rest of your season. And once again, your 2026 A-Division Tournament champions, the Tri-County Trojans. We would like to thank you all for coming out and supporting high school basketball. It has been a great week. Please use caution when exiting and drive home safely, everybody, and have a good night.
Well, what a night to be a Tri-County Trojan. 53-51. Tri-County takes the win in the MUDECAS basketball tournament. And we have got some highlights to show you here in just a minute. And it was a Herculean second half effort, especially from Drew Sims. We mentioned the Zach Vossler show in that first half. Roll our highlights, fellas.
Yeah, huge job. Vossler kept him in it because, as you and I talked about, Sims was without a field goal in the first half, had just 2 free throws, but Vossler had 15.
Right. And Zach was so good. Got so many good touches early on, and you just knew Drew Sims is too good to keep shut down the whole time. And finally in that second half, really late in the third quarter, he got that steal, that tremendous spin move. We'll see if we can see that down here. As this was Vossler getting a basket. That's actually Zach's only points of the second half. That came in the third quarter. And again, he's just kind of there. Here's the spin move and the acceleration. And that was the first field goal of the game for Drew Sims, that one right there. And from there, everything just started going.
That was the big shot. 3 right at the end of the third quarter.
Yep, end of the third quarter to make it a 2-point deficit. Hayden Gravatt had 2 threes and another basket in the fourth quarter, but Drew Sims just was not going to be denied. And one early on in the fourth quarter. Here's Werman with a nice spin move. That's the only 2 in the fourth quarter not scored by Drew Sims. Then you get a basket there, another basket from Sims along the baseline. His wonderful backdoor cut, and it was just all of a sudden Brody Kaler, when he got that fourth foul, it changed the way he could play defense. He wasn't guarding Sims all the time, and you could just see that Drew was like, nobody else can guard me, and every time just attacking the hoop.
Yeah, the confidence just grew and grew and grew, and then that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
A 3 from about 25 feet with a hand in his face.
That basket right there, the only basket for Brody Kaler in the second half, by the way. Hit a couple free throws, and then you get that basket, and then this was the cheer at the end, 53-51, your final count. And let's run down the scoring. And here in just a little bit, John DeFries will have a word with Jeremy Sims, and maybe we'll even get Drew over there. But for Tri-County, they got the 27 points from Drew Sims, got 17 from Zach Vossler, and they got 6 from Jason Werman. Also a 3-pointer. I forgot to say this before. Trevor Kapke hit a 3-pointer in the third quarter. That was your other scoring there for Tri-County. For Johnson Brock, they got 17 from Hayden Gravatt, including, like we said, 8 of those in the fourth quarter. Got 6 from Deacon Burnett, 14 from Brody Kaler, but when he picked up that fourth foul with 3:38 to go, really changed the complexion of how the end of this game was going to happen. Grady Barron's hits for 8 points, and then 2 apiece for Oliver Everett and for Robert Gravatt. In the ball game, how about these free throws? 14 of 20 was Tri-County, and 12 of 14 was Johnson Brock. Nobody missed very many free throws.
No, they're 2 good free throw shooting teams and have been all year.
And I had very, very unofficially 6 turnovers for Johnson Brock and just 11 for Tri-County. Tri-County wins the rebounding battle 29-23.
Well, and those 11 for Tri-County, I think 6 of those came in the first quarter.
Yeah. Right.
So
yeah,
after
it
that,
was
they
kind
really
of a
started
rough,
to take
rough
care of the ball
and got infinitely better there, taking care of it. So again, we're waiting for Coach Jeremy Sims to be available, and John will be down there here in just a little bit to talk with him. And Marcus is going to go track down Coach as well here, and we're going to be ready in just a second to send it down onto the court as John and Coach are ready to go. Marcus and John, when you're ready, it's all you.
I'm here with head coach Jeremy Sims of the Tri-County Trojans, the champions of the A Division tournament. First off, Coach, how does it feel?
I don't think this one's sunk in yet, Hats off to Johnson Brock. They're an incredibly tough team. They made us earn every possession. They're a physical team. But I like the way our guys respond in those moments. Going in the fourth quarter, like I said, it hasn't sunk in yet. You know, we gave up a big bucket there at the end, but we're able to persevere and get it done.
Arguably, as the 4 seed, you had the toughest road to the championship. Had to fight through a very tough Sacred Heart team, then had to upset a very, very tough Freeman team, and then having to win tonight against Johnson Brock.
Yeah, there wasn't a break in there, but I think, you know, in that there's some opportunity. You know, you're playing hard every possession, and by the time you get to that third game, you know exactly what to expect, and you're comfortable with those moments. So again, every game got us to this moment and helped prepare us for this moment, and guys were able to execute when they needed to.
Early first half, Drew Sims only 2 points off of a couple free throws. Zach Voss able to step up in his place. What did you say to Drew at that halftime?
I said you got to stay the course. I mean, keep playing defense. Opportunities will come, but you just got to grind it out. And everybody has those games when there just seems to be a lid on it, or you just aren't finding those opportunities. But, you know, hats off to Zach. You know, he was able to get it done inside for us. And again, we're seeing different guys step up. When Drew has those moments, we're seeing guys develop that confidence and able to get it done. So team effort all the way around. Couldn't be more proud of them.
Tri-County last year lost in the first round, this year champions. What did you make change-wise from last year to this year?
Well, you know, obviously we had the opportunity to gain a great player with Zach Vossler. He makes a big difference inside, but we were a relatively young team last year. We had guys stepping into roles that they've never had to execute before, and we knew it was going to be a process, but I think this is 2 years coming for these guys. They worked hard last year, they went through the grind, they took their lumps. But this is the result of that hard work and sticking it out.
Yep, Coach, congrats.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Coach Jeremy Sims of Tri-County, the champions of the A Division, will send you back up to Scott Strunk and Eric Allgood for the final.
Thanks, John, and thank you to Coach down there for the time. We do appreciate that. And again, congratulations to the Tri-County Trojans, your MUDECAS A Division champions in 2026. Coach, go ahead and put the bow on this.
Yeah, a couple little fun facts for you. Tri-County 2023 champs, 2026 champs. So Drew Sims bookends his high school career, freshman and senior year, with MUDECAS A Division championships. Also, he had 22 against Falls City Sacred Heart in the first round, 30 against Freeman, 27 tonight, 79-point week. Wow. For Drew Sims against awfully stiff competition. And we talked about teams kind of vaulting themselves into the second half of the season. Tri-County runs their record now to 11-4. They avenged 2 of the losses they had earlier this year in beating Sacred Heart and in beating Freeman. They give Johnson Brock their second and only 2 losses. So Johnson Brock is 12-2 now, both losses coming to Tri-County. And I wouldn't be a bit surprised if we see both of those teams at least in a district final and maybe even competing in Lincoln come March.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun to see those guys. And there's a bunch of these teams that we could be seeing in March, in Lincoln in March. Well, thank you so much for joining us all week long for the coverage of the MUDECAS basketball tournament. Sincere thanks to the Johnson County Central Striv crew, Marcus Shear. We've said it for a long time. Marcus does it better than anybody else in the state. We'll put these student broadcasts up against anybody. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of sponsorship. The businesses and people who have sponsored and helped grow this program at Johnson County Central, sometimes it falls kind of deftly, but it really, really does make a big difference in what these kids can actually produce. And you've got the right guy trying to run it, too, with Marcus. So thank you so much. And, Scott, thanks. This has been fun.
It's always fun when we get to
games.
cross-pass and do a game together.
Absolutely. We'll do some more MUDECAS sometime.
Sounds good.
But for now, we'll say good night from Beatrice and the MUDECAS basketball championships.